YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another video for you guys. Now, in this particular clip, they're talking about the agenda and the programming of how Black women have been tricked into believing that Black men don't like them. This is something that we've been talking about and going over for quite some time now. This plays right into this whole gender war of Black women not liking Black men and Black men not liking Black women. But there's definitely been an agenda and a programming to specifically target Black women into making them think that their Black counterparts are not interested in them and don't like them. And so this has pushed the narrative to where now Black women are moving a certain way, Black men are moving a certain way. And now there's this big divide because there's a bigger scheme to this that a lot of our women don't seem to understand. But I'm gonna stop talking right now. I want to play what he is saying, and this is DeVal. DeVal is speaking on this, and he's 100% correct. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But let's get into it. Here we go.
It's a narrative that we hear about Black men.
They don't get married.
No, they don't like who?
Oh, they don't like black women.
Well, yeah.
The national average for Black men who are married, what are they married to?
It's got to be Black women.
Black women at what percentage? Over 85%. But it don't matter though, because once they make money, that's when they go get white women.
White women, yeah.
The national average for making over $200,000, Black men, right? How many of those men are married to Black women?
I'll give him about a cool
95%.
95?
I believe it.
I do believe it. And then when you hear the horror stories, we got to talk about Scottie Pippen.
Girl.
Lex has a good point though, because they'll show the Scottie Pippen, right? And they'll say, look, this is how Black men behave. Yeah. But that's not the fact. Destroying the Black family has been on the forefront of the mind of the people who created this country. How do you destroy the Black wealth in this country?
Yeah.
Destroy the Black family. Make Black women think that Black men don't love them. Make Black men think that Black women don't respect them. That's all a fallacy. It's not true. The older I get, I'm 40 years old now, the more I realize that everything I've learned from mass media has been programmed by people who have an agenda.
He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. And I've been saying it, and many others have said it, that it's always been an agenda to destroy the Black family. Because if you keep the Black family intact, then they could prosper. The way to mess that up is to divide them, conquer them, break them apart. And to me, a lot of people always ask the question, so, you know, as Black people, we're at the bottom. People like to point that out. And we don't have any money. Why is that? You know, fast forward to now, modern times, 2025, you have Black women who can make money, entrepreneurs doing all this, making good money for some of them. And then the Black man is making, you know, they like to say, oh, you know, Black men aren't leveling up and aren't to the point of what these Black women are making, even though we know Black men still make more than Black women overall. But there are a small percentage of women who have progressed and they make decent money, just like there are Black men who make decent money as well. But overall, we see a disparity because we don't have Black families, and people don't like to put the two together to say, well, how in the hell, if we have families together, how is that gonna? Because when you grow together. If the woman is able to work and the man is able to work and you can put your resources together, you can go a lot further. But if you can break that up and you can separate the women from the men, making the women believe that the men ain't worth it, but you have kids by him, you're more than likely gonna put him on child support, which is taking a portion of his income, right? So now he gotta pay child support. That's messing with his livelihood. He can't really grow as fast because he has a portion of his finances coming out to go to the mother for child support, and whatever else he has to contribute to the child. He has to live in a separate home. He doesn't have a whole lot of resources because now he has to work 10 times harder to try to just maintain. The women are complaining because they are over here, gotta work and try to barely make it while still collecting, you know, funds from the father. In many cases, they still need more from the fathers because they're struggling as well. So you have a divided home, a divided family who's struggling on both ends. But if we had a whole family together where both are bringing in resources and y'all are able to manifest and grow that, where you have money to build, money to save, money to invest while maintaining that one household with the family intact, you can get somewhere. So I do think it was a concerted effort to try to break up the Black family because they know that that was going to cause a struggle. They knew that that was going to cause a divide, and it was going to make it harder for Black people to get ahead, they won. You have a bunch of boss chicks out here who say they don't need a man. They can do it all by themselves, but at the same time complaining that men aren't approaching. They don't have men in their lives to fulfill that void that they're missing, but they're still trying to make it seem like, oh, they're so happy being single, or they're so happy being a boss chick, they can do whatever they want, but a lot of times they're just not. And so once again, I do think it was a setup to make these women think that they don't need their men, while other groups of people still are married to their men. And even though we see the divorce rates going up, the divorce rates are higher from what they're saying in the Black community, even though we don't have the most marriages. Because it's always this idea of, oh, I have this, but I could do better. I could do better. I want a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just a mess on every front. Part of the reason why a lot of the Black community is where it is because we don't have the family structure anymore. This is why we see a lot of homelessness on the rise. We see a lot of young women who are homeless with their kids out here struggling to make it. They did good. They, were doing good at one point, but now the money is dried up and they have no recourse. They have no backing. And I think the last ditch effort for a lot of these women is to try to shame men into dating them and paying all their bills while they work, because that would be the last ditch effort for them to try to get men to come in and take care of them while they work and get themselves back on track, while they catch up on their debts and all of that while you're paying all of the bills, which again, that's a selfish tactic, because you're looking to use somebody. You want him to come in and make sure you're good, pay for everything while you can still work now. And you're not a traditional woman. You still a boss chick. You still want to do what you want, move how you want, but you want him to come in and pay all your bills so that you can catch up. You can save. You can do what you need to do while he just sit there and be a fool and just pay into you and pour into you while you do nothing for him. To me, that was their last ditch effort to try to shame men into doing that. And men is just not doing it. Once again, I just think that women got to take a step back and just look at themselves and really take a deep dive into what it is that you really want. And if you don't know, acknowledge that you don't know. And you're just kind of aiming all over the place, because some of these women don't need a man. A man is not the fix, because you don't know what to do with a good one. You don't know what you want for real. So you get what you get, and then you complain about that, and you ruin somebody's life because you're not ready for a relationship and you don't know what you should be looking for in a relationship. So sometimes it's just better just to be by yourself and try to get some therapy and figure out your life. Figure out your mindset. What do you want? Because I don't think a lot of women really know. So they have these unrealistic expectations for men because they don't really know what it is they want. They really don't know. I just wanted to say that. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Definitely keep the conversation going. What are your thoughts on this particular video and what was said? I want to hear what you have to say in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.